for it. And only one proposal allows the space to be kept for what the community wants.
I could say since I was living here, I was going to meetings about this back in the day. So it's been a long process. That even though I'm no longer part of the neighborhood, I was attending these meetings when they were talking about what to do with Carmel School way back then. This has been a long process. It's at least 7, 8 years out. And like I said, and again, and when I'm just saying, when I started really getting involved with it at that point.
Okay, we're gonna give developers opportunity to respond as we did before, and then let's take Commissioner Shropshire's question. Developers, if any of you like to address that question?
What was the question?
Would you like to respond to that?
No, well, I just want to say, yes, it is not a land trust and it is not given over to the community, but again, what we have done, and the ownership, yes, the developer for the sake of financing, for the sake of making applications for the various programs, there has to be someone leading. We have designed this site and the uses of this site for the best community benefit. We have 1/3, 33% of our units at 40 to 60% of AMI. We are bringing in a health and wellness provider operator. We're bringing in a medical operator. We're bringing in job training through Goodwill. Everything that we have done has been toward helping the community and toward making sure that on an operational basis over an extended period of time that this will be available and not just built and left to its own devices. And so that is exactly what we hope to do. We can start quickly. We don't have to wait for a comp plan amendment, and we can move forward.
Any other developers like to respond?
The only thing is, I would say is that the ownership structure that we propose can be the same as anybody else. All we just need to do is predetermine what was going to be in there. We just said, we'll come to you and we'll figure out what you want. That's what we'll go in with.
Thank you. You and Prohibition should not have a response to that, correct?
That is the same group.
Yes.
Commissioner Shropshire.
People even know how you took a few black men from our.
Excuse me, ma'am in the back, no, excuse me, we're not,
We can talk.
ladies in the back. We're,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
we are, Commissioner Shropshire, you had a question.
So it seems like these are 3 great projects that have been presented, but it seems like there's a little bit of like conflict in terms of how the ranking was done. Is there an opportunity for the community to give more time to allow them to weigh in and rank what they prefer? And I guess because there was apparently somebody mentioned a survey that went to a number of residents, or there have been a lot of youth involved in the process. Is there a way to allow them to weigh in now and say, hey, we'd like to rank these projects in terms of just making sure that everything is comprehensive here? And if we did vote on something, is that something that you would be willing to wait on? Like we could cover all the other things here except for the ranking.
I'm open to most, however, the challenge I'm having is I cannot say our community has operated in a fair manner. Some households will do too many surveys and then we will have skewed data. Case in point, that same survey that they are discussing, they had the question, who knows their council member? And that was done out of 1 to 7. Same question, who knows their commissioner? Instead of doing it 1 to 10, it went down 1 to 4. Because if you play with data, I'm a data person, 25% of 1 to 4 is 1. 25% of 1 to 10 is 2. So if 2 people say they don't know their commissioner, it sounds a lot less worse than 1 and 4. So knowing how things have transpired within the community, I'm not sure us collecting additional data or ranking them will give us true information. Some doors will automatically not be knocked because we know they're going to go with a different group. And if you ask my residents, I have residents here, they'll share that same feedback. I'm not asking for anything. The proposal I am ranking is the proposal that allows that the residents choose what goes into the space. which is what the residents have been fighting for years now. We don't want to have to settle with a landlord that we might not be comfortable with. We don't have to settle with a activities group that we're not sure will meet our needs. That's where some of the ranking came about. And I always want it to be what the residents want.
Commissioners, are there
If
any?
we go ahead without the ranking, to be quite honest, because the financial feasibility piece, a lot of developers will not rank as well as they possibly will with my ranking. So you have to pick which of the evils you want.
Any other comments from you?
Miss Jeanette wants to speak.
Ma'am.
We should have a meeting, and those that come to the meeting should vote on the rankings,
Okay.
because a lot of them is not gonna come.
No, they'll come, only
A lot of them
because
is
a lot of.
not gonna come,
Let her speak,
for what I
please.
know,
Let her finish speaking,
because of this
please.
person right here. That's why they don't come to the meeting.
Who is this person?
This young lady right here, that's going all the time, where's she at? This one over here. And a lot of them won't come to the
Please,
meeting.
please,
because
please,
Okay.
please, please.
I spoke to you when I came in, but I don't know you now. I don't know you from a campaign.
Okay, so you can see my residents are quite passionate about this process. And
Pretty funny.
I think
Well, I've been in there since '69.
I hear you. I hear you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we
I
need
need
to
to
either.
however you guys
So,
want.
so we either need the commission needs to is actually in the position of needing to act. We either need to move forward with the motion that I would ask Commissioner Lewis to restate. We either need to move forward with that motion, or we need to decide to table this or put forward a different motion.
It's too important to table, so we cannot table this.
So with that, Commissioner Lewis, would you like to restate your motion?
I would like to accept the ranking or accept the prioritization of the 7 elements that the community, that the ANC is allowed to get great weight, in addition to the ranking of the 3 RFPs, with the thought process that the winner is, or the highest rank is the one that allows the space to be used in the manner that the community chooses.
Is there a second?
Second, and
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further
Discussion.
discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson.
I have the maker of the motion accept a friendly amendment that basically says that any developer with active housing code violations that are reported to rental accommodations and the Office of the Tenant Advocate is excluded from consideration.
I appreciate,
Yes or no?
I can't accept that because
That's
it's
fine.
not
Thank
fair,
you.
because all of them
Thank you.
don't have housing, or I can't.
That's okay. That's
I
fine.
don't
Thank
know.
you.
So it's been moved and seconded.
I have a question.
Commissioner Lee.
So you're asking us to vote on these rankings, but you're not asking us to vote on a development.
Or we have to, or the ranking of the, if you have the paper, the 7 elements, we have to rank those. And there has never been any, like, we have to rank those. But DemHead did not want us to choose a developer. However, I think to be fair to the community and for us to truly have great weight, we should have a preference or state who is our preferred proposal.
So this doesn't preclude me, but if someone meets these rankings and these orders, it doesn't preclude me from not voting against them if it comes to the developer, if we come to decide which developer is going to take over the property.
If I'm understanding your question clearly, so if the government gets our 7 rankings and it's in that order, whoever ranks highest is what they're going to choose as our selection, which is what I'm concerned of having. I I don't want the government to give us great weight, however, decide what our great weight is. You can't truly give me great weight if you're going to pick who I'm giving the great weight to.
Any other discussion or questions from the commissioners? If there's none, I will just say for myself, I've been sharing with Commissioner Lewis, I understand and appreciate the ranking of the criteria, and I personally, based on what we've heard tonight, I agree. I have a lot of questions about ranking specific developers absent the numbers, and that's my concern here, is I'm just not seeing the math that backs this up. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It just, to me, it feels like it's not to me, it's a bit of a process issue, and I'm not hearing from DemHed that there's a particular timeline to this, and that there may well be, and I'll let you clarify that. I do just wonder if, given what we've heard tonight, I think we've heard several community members say they felt like they were not part of the process. If given that this opinion is gonna come from the ANC can certainly control process by, for example, calling a special meeting to do just this, as an example. So I did say, mention your name again, so I'm happy to let your response.
Yes, we started the process in April last year, and I thought we done a pretty good job in engaging with everyone, and we definitely want to move forward with the process, however you all see fit, and that's why we wanted to get your input on this meeting, whatever your input may be, because it's essentially the last piece to us.
If needed, I will take out the ranking. However, if the ranking is, I'm hearing residents saying not to take it out. If I take it out, the neighborhood might end up with a project or a developer that wasn't of their choosing. And that's what is pulling at my heart. Like, I understand we have people who are vested in particular projects, but if I take out the ranking piece, then I can't say I truly serve my community. All I'm stating is the community wants the project that, or they want the Carmel space, not the lot, but the space to be what they want it to be. I don't see why that's an unfair request to make.
And your community selected a developer?
We're not allowed to select a developer by their process.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Has the community where
No, they have not selected.
chosen somebody that they want to do it?
No, because we can't, from the directives I got from DemHed, we cannot select a developer. Because, and even if we select one, if you look at the rubric, because so much is back on the government's end that it can negate even who we select. And that's what I'm so concerned about. I think if we have a ranking and it's completely disregarded, the community can go back to DemHed and say, show us the proof of why our preferred choice was not selected. If we don't have that ranking factor, we can get data that supports, okay, they're gonna put rec space in there, job training is going to be there, they're going to activate, and we have no recourse.
Can I make a point of reference? I look at 100%, 30% of the AMI being something that the neighborhood needs, because it's really pushing people out of the neighborhood who can't afford to live there. We have long-time Washingtonian residents that can't afford to live in our city anymore. So you have to think, who does the best for the people? Because it is our city.
Sir,
I mean, you can do what you want, I'm just
No.
saying conscious-wise.
no, conscious-wise, all of my community service outside of ANC work is for affordable housing. So if, no, I'm specifically speaking, if you talk to any of my developers, the thing I always request is we need affordable housing below 50% AMI. Don't come to me with other things. And if you look at all of the projects I've supported, it has been at that level. So it's not about who has the most affordable housing, it's about quality and how my residents are going to be treated once they're in those spaces. Yes, it's, quite honestly, if Habitat or if a developer had a better reputation that was giving the 80% at 30%, we all for it. But that's not the case. We're working with the 3 proposals we have.
I'm just saying, I make under 30,000 now, I used to make like 50-some thousand, the economy dropped, my income dropped. So, there's no place I can live.
Sir, if you come to
That's
our
what I
meetings
define.
regularly, I always say my residents make approximately 27,000. I'm in tune to who my residents are, and I'm always pushing for affordable housing. Always.
As agrees to that point. So Commissioners, are there any other, we really need to decide if we're moving on. Commissioners, is there any further discussion? Okay, it's been moved and seconded, do you mind just saying one more time, Commissioners, in case there's any lack of clarity about what we're voting on?
We are voting on the order that the 7 elements are ranked, and also having ranking of the 3 proposals in the order it is stated on this paper.
There's no further discussion. Commissioners, all for the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any? Okay, let's do this by hand. All for the motion, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4 yeses. All opposed, please raise your hand. 1, 2. So that motion and I abstain, so that motion passes.
Woo! Thank you, God.
All right, next up, we are moving on to, item number 14.